Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Richard and this is my Dacia Spring. Let's have a quick walk around it. This is what you get. And you can buy, this is a 65. You can buy the 65 now for less than £12,000. There we are. Hello. Say hello to one of the neighbours. £12,000. If you look on Auto Trader, and I'm not sponsored, you can find these for £12,000 with the 65 kilowatt motor or whatever it is. Yeah, it's not the Extreme, it's the Expression, so it doesn't have the fancy screen in it. So, but whatever. Anyway, let's go and get ourselves in the car. Let's connect up and talk about what's happening with the range of the battery. It's currently mid-October. Let's try and connect this Osmo Nano. It just won't connect properly. It just won't connect properly. There we are. Is that right? Let's talk about the range. On the understanding, this is middle of October. I think it's the 16th of October. And the weather has cooled down a little bit. And the charging ability has reduced somewhat. We'll talk about the details of that, but I've got just a couple of little stories to tell you. Let me just turn the heating on. And turning the heating on is having an impact to range. Now we're going into winter, or towards winter. But I want a couple of stories I want to tell you about. Hopefully that fan's not too noisy. That one's recording as well. 2 cameras. Tomorrow I go down to London. This is more a statement. Tomorrow I go down to London. The cost of going down to London on the train is £220 return. I go down to London, come back the same day. To park this car up, or actually I'm going in the Mercedes. To park the Mercedes up for the day is £12.50, I believe, at Stafford Rail Station. And that means it's going to be £232.50 to get to London and back in one day for a business meeting. I could have driven the Mercedes there and back 300 miles for about £38. Think about it. Wow. Wow. Public transport, UK, wow. And by the way, I'm not far right or anything. I've had a couple of comments recently that I'm very rightist and talking about politics. I'm not right, I'm right in the middle. I'm in the middle called common sense. Yeah, hopefully I come across that way. Next one, a few days ago, I was walking Susie the dog. She's not with me at the moment. She's at home, enjoying the warmth of the house. I went walking a few days ago and saw a commotion outside a particular house where a flatbed truck was there with 2 guys, one really big and one just a normal guy, and they were repossessing, or it looked like they were repossessing, a Lexus 4x4. The couple that were living in the house were arguing on their drive, and he's shouting at her and she's shouting louder at him, and there's tears and everything. And it was just a wake-up call. You know, a lot of people might be laughing at that, but for me, you know, I'm quite a sensitive guy. I'm just a normal guy. It was quite upsetting to see this couple shouting at each other as this car looked like it was being repossessed. Repo. This is October 2025. I mean, I don't know how much that Lexus was. I think it was a 24 plate. So it's less than 1 year old, or it's 1 year old. You know, it looks magnificent. And at the side of it on the drive was some BMW. I think it was no, it was an Audi. I stand corrected. It was it was an awakening to watch this as I walked past, and very sad times. We don't hear much about repossessions in the UK. I know in America it happens a lot, but we don't hear about this much. Anyway, let's go for a ride. Let's go for a ride. I'm using the DJI Nano on the front, the DJI Nano. If you're thinking about getting one as a Christmas present, then that's a great idea. This one cost, with 128 gigabytes of RAM, cost about £260. If you look at the link in the description, you can go and buy one from Amazon. They are great cameras. They are great cameras. And I'm not just saying that to make you go and buy one. I'm just saying they are great cameras. Up there on the window, on the door, is the DJI Action 5 with the Nano coming into play. It's virtually retired my DJI Action 4, but that's another story. So, it's the middle of October 2025. We're well into autumn now. Well into autumn, and the temperatures are coming down. In summer, when I charged this car up, it would charge up to about 131 miles range, and that was fairly accurate. It was accurate. Oh, by the way, these cars are great. I've no regrets in getting this Dacia Spring. None at all. None at all. And now the weather's cooling down, and it's only coming down to about 13 degrees Celsius. Sorry, I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. I should really know, but I can't remember. 14 degrees Celsius, 13 degrees Celsius. When I give the car a full charge, it only goes up to 120 miles. And now it's getting to the point where, I don't think it's the range of the battery. I think it's, as in range degradation. I don't think it's the range of the battery that's the problem. I'm more than sure it's temperature. But it's only 14 degrees. And this car's got, I'm looking at it now, just under 5,900 miles on the clock. And by the way, it's been faultless. Generally speaking, it's been faultless. So, been charging it up 120 miles maximum. And because we're putting the heater on and things like that, the range is reducing quicker than what it states. So if it says 120 miles and we've got the heater on, it's not going to go for 120 miles. It will go for however miles it does. Earlier on today, a drive of 30 miles was performed with the heater on, and by the time it got back, it gave an impression that it had done 40 miles. Yeah? So if you're thinking about getting this car, which probably satisfies 90% of the people on the road, that's okay, because you can just charge it at home however you want to charge it. I do use a granny charger, and it works perfectly for me. It works perfectly for me. The concept of just plugging it into the normal plug socket that's in the garage works perfectly for me. On the understanding, I'm not sure where I'm going to be next week. And it's not that bad, really, to tell you the truth. It's not that bad. Let's slow down for this corner, make sure no one's coming. There we are. But yeah, so as the temperatures are starting to drop, and it's only by a sort of 10 degrees or whatever. Let's slow down for this lady. She gave a wave. People around here are lovely. They really are. You've no idea what it's like to be able to live in an area where the people on the 80-20 rule, 80% of the people are absolutely lovely. They're really friendly. Everybody's calm. Everybody's just middle of the road. There are no extreme thoughts or whatever. Everybody just gets on with their daily life. Can you put a price on that? Not sure. Not sure you can. But so as the temperatures are now coming down, we're going to keep a track of this over this coming winter. The range on the vehicle is not the charging range up to from 131 miles down to 120 is showing something. I'm guessing as we move into the really cold nights where it's 2 or 3 degrees or even less, I suspect it will go less than 120 miles for a full charge. And with the heater being on higher and for longer, in every drive, I suspect the range will reduce even more. So it might be a case where instead the DJI Nano is overheated. There we go, it's overheated. It is very hot. Great little camera, but it does have an overheating problem. I can't believe it. Yes, I can believe it actually. Working in technology, I can believe it. Whatever, it is a bit hot. That is a real pity. Hopefully the audio is okay on this. I haven't got a microphone connected. But yeah, so as we move forward, I suspect as I charge the car to maximum, the range will reduce even further beyond lower than 120 mile, and as the heater in the vehicle is on more at a higher temperature, then I suspect the actual range of the vehicle will reduce even further. I hope you can hear me on this. I might have to play around with the audio. Other than that, this car has been brilliant, and as I stated earlier on, you can now get the Expression with a 65 kilowatt engine or motor, call it what you want, for about 11 or 12,000 pounds. There we are, let him pass. And going back to the story of repossession, maybe if this young family had got this vehicle out on PCP, and I'm assuming they got the other vehicle out on PCP, that Lexus, they wouldn't have had to have the car repossessed. How much does a Lexus cost on PCP? I've no idea. I guess it's, it was a beautiful 4x4. Beautiful. But it's just one of those things, isn't it, really? I don't know. But the next 4 years, now we're going to talk about politics. The next 4 years are going to be tough in the UK. From a financial perspective, with the government being virtually bankrupt, and what you've got to understand is, what is their debt, how much interest are they paying on their debt, and how much revenue is coming in. It's exactly a Dacia Spring. Actually, no, I could afford a Lexus, but I'm not going to waste my money on doing a few miles a day, yeah, just to look good in a Lexus, where everybody knows it's on PCP because no one goes and buys them. They just pay monthly for them. How much does a Lexus cost? Anyway, let's not start playing around. The Dacia Spring is a great car. If you're looking at another car, have a look on Auto Trader. I've seen them for 11 or 12,000 pounds with the 65 kilowatt engine or whatever it is. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it meant something to you. If it did, please leave a comment below. If it meant something to you and you're not subscribed, I'd love it if you did subscribe. That would be really, really cool. And give a like to the video and share it to whoever you think might be interested in it. For those that are subscribed, I thank you so much. It really does make the difference.